YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Now, I want to welcome a very, very special guest of mine, a good friend from back in the day, baby. My man, Heavy D, out of Heavy D and the Boys. Yo, can we have it for Heavy D, man? Now, let's really just reminisce about that era. It was an era of wearing suits, but like smart suits.
Right.
Like early shiny suits. Early shiny suits.
Pre-shine. It was a little pre-shine.
Yeah, pre-shine. Not the shine that you get from putting your iron on your suit.
Right.
Like too hot.
That's hood shine.
Like that's hood shine. And you'd be out there like just tearing down clubs, baby. This was like the defining sound of New York. This is the defining sound of hip hop of that era, baby.
This record was a bit of an anomaly because it wasn't typical for the format of hip hop, and it just took off. Like, I mean, it was like #1 in like 18 countries or something ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy.
And but it was definitely not. It was less of a hip hop record, more of an R&B pop record, and that was one of the first times that something like that really took flight and was accepted.
Crazy out there. Also of that era, Redhead Kingpin.
Yep.
He was out there doing it. It was really Teddy Riley, the era of the Rooftop, which was a club up in Harlem, where young Teddy Riley had his studio upstairs.
Yep.
And did his thing, baby.
Yeah.
Really did his thing. Big.
Yeah, Rooftop. Wow, the Rooftop was, as an artist, if you couldn't rock the Rooftop,
exactly,
you just go home and don't even make another record. That was a trial and error.
And do you know another tough club in Manhattan then? There was Union Square, but the one I liked best was
Union Square was brutal.
Brutal, but I like Latin Quarter.
Latin Quarters.
Oh, am I going in with that?
Yeah. Latin Quarters was brutal. All those clubs, Latin Quarters. Remember the Red Parrot used to be hot?
Banging.
And in the Bronx, there was a club called the Galaxy.
Exactly, and that was the era of roller disco as well.
Yeah. Well, it was like the ending of it.
Yeah.
The ending of the roller disco era. Yeah.
Crazy. One of my all-time favorite records, baby. Coming at you. Oh man, we should let this ride. They reminisce over you. Tell us the story behind this record, brother, so people can really understand, man, the power of this record.
They, t.r.o.y is acronym for Troy. Troy was basically the backbone of Heavy D and the Boys. Troy was the one who put all of us together because Troy, I grew up with Troy from third grade, and Troy knew Eddie F.
Right.
And he knew Glenn, and he introduced me to Glenn and Eddie when I was doing my demos by myself. Troy would come with me, so we've been friends. And Pete Rock, who produced that record and is on that record, is my cousin. And Troy passed away in a tragic accident.
A tragic accident.
But it was a total accident.
A total accident. And
young boys, we were having fun, horsing around, and something. We were on these what do you call when you
risers?
No. It happened outside where. I don't know if you have, I'm sure you do, parking structure.
Yeah.
And we were on like the 4th tier. Right. And we were walking down to go to the bus to go to the next gig. And a friend of ours rolled a garbage dumpster down the hill, and we all scattered. Now, at the time, all the garbage dumpsters we knew were metal.
Right.
This one was plastic, so the friend who's rolling it is thinking like, this ain't gonna hurt anybody, but we're not known as plastic, so we all just scattered. And Troy sat on the wall and lost his balance and toppled over. So that's what happened. So in homage to him, Pete created this record, They Reminisce Over You, and I also made a record called Peaceful Journey.
Right, exactly.
Because I had lost my brother a year before that as well in the recording process. So those two records came out of losses, and out of losses you can always find blessings. And that's kind of what we did with it. And Puff did it too when he lost Biggie.
Yeah,
he came out with that record with Sting. But this particular record, t.r.o.y, is a hip-hop staple.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, like that. You're not going to find too many better records than that in the culture.
One of the all-time greatest producers.
Yes, for sure. And he's still brilliant. Like,
still making.
He just did some with the Jay and Kanye on the Watch the Throne album. Like, he's phenomenal.
And some of the greatest New York radio pre-Flex, early Flex was when he was with Marley Marl.
That's definitely
in control.
Yeah, and he was so young doing it.
What sort of age was he?
Pete was still in high school, I believe. Because I remember his older brother used to have to. One of us would have to take him to the station and wait for him and bring him back because he was still underage.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And Dude's got enormous feet. I've never seen. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. I try not to notice it, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a size 14. But
exactly. I remember coming into the studio and tripping over.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized.
I'm a size 12, and I've been a size 12 since I was like 9th grade. And Pete was a size 12 when he was in 6th grade. And he would take my sneakers and fit them and wear them.
How old was he then?
He's 3 years younger than me, so he must have been, 12.
Now, you were on the 2011 BET Hip Hop Awards, baby, performing on stage.
Yeah, I was a surprise guest.
Yeah.
I think I closed the show. Did I close the show?
I think the show was over when you finished.
Yeah, either way.
Either
way, I closed the show.
Yeah, even if you were the opening act, it was over.
They were still repairing the building, in fact. And that was my first televised performance, I think, in like 15 years.
Oh, well, how did it feel, man?
It was nerve-wracking.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It's not like riding a bike, put like that. I was in rehearsals for 6 weeks, 8 hours a day.
No.
I mean, but we were always a rehearsal-heavy group, no pun intended. And we were always, we took a lot of pride in our stage show.
Yeah.
So when they asked me to do it, I was like, I need 6 weeks or I'm not doing it. Because I know I hadn't done it in a while. And Fatima Robinson, who's one of my longtime friends and one of the top choreographers in the country, and probably in any country, she had the time to do it, so we just went in and do it.
And what was it like learning those steps and those shapes and moves?
Prior to it, not so bad. The day after, I felt like I was in a football game with boxers. Yeah.
Destroyed you.
Yeah, man, it's rough. Like,
but you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the 6 weeks is for. I'm going to nail it. You give me time to prepare, I'm going to nail it.
And how nerve-wracking?
Like almost vomiting, one kind of like thing. I'm that guy who you can't touch me, don't talk to me 5 minutes before, don't just get away from me. I get very irritable. But I care about it so much. That's what it is. I care about it so much.
Man.
I don't like letting people down.
You went in, kid.
Yeah.
Didn't let
but the response was overwhelming. I was trending on Twitter for like 3 days about it. I was trending over here for like a hot second.
Yeah.
And that was all, people appreciated it. So
yeah, no, it's enormous, man. You do a lot of production now, don't you? You're heavy in the producing game.
Yeah.
Who you been producing for?
Well, probably a couple of notables you would know. So I don't know how heavy it was out here, but the Jay-Z Guns N' Roses record with Lenny Kravitz.
That was you?
I produced that.
You smashed that one down?
Beanie Siegel, Feel It in the Air.
Oh, smash that one down.
Yeah. Carl Thomas, Summer Rain.
Love that joint. I smushed to that one.
Smush. We say...
Oh, yes. Yes, whatever's good for you.
Yeah. Well, there won't be any profanity, don't worry. I don't want to get sued. But yeah, producing is what it's fun.
Yes.
That's the one thing that's always fun because the pressure of delivering after the actual track is not on me, it's on the artist.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember calling Jay-Z. I knew he was in LA, and I said, all right, Jay's coming out, he's working on his album. Let me cook something up. So the day he got there, I made the record the day he got to LA, and I found out what hotel he was in. I called him. I was like, yo, I'm coming to play you something. He's like, come on, man, I'm asleep. I was like, I'm coming over there right now. Meet me downstairs in 5 minutes. I lived around the corner from where the hotel was in Beverly Hills. I got down there, he came in the car, and he heard it, and he was just like, he heard it, he was like, yo, just drive. And he was writing it as we were in the car.
Whoa.
And that was it. Then after that, he wrote it, and then he started talking about who to put on it, and Lenny Kravitz. And I flew to Miami and put Lenny on it. Great record.
Now, you're Jamaican by descent?
No, I was born there.
You was born there?
Birth.
Yeah.
A yard me come from, big up all yard massive in that area. Blah!
Sorry, I didn't understand a word you just said then.
I said I love everybody.
Okay, thank you. Now, the thing is fine. Yes.
You're Jamaican too. There's a whole lot of Jamaicans out here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, born Jamaica. What part was it?
I was born in Mandeville.
Oh, Mandeville.
And then my mother's family is from St. Elizabeth Valley.
Okay.
And my father's family is from Mandeville.
Okay. Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Gully or Gaza?
I can't answer that.
Okay. Sensible.
I'm a diplomat.
Okay. Now, do you spend much time now? So you were born there, relocated. A lot of early hip hop was from the DJs coming from the Jamaican sound system, like Cool.
Well,
DJ
the birth of hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
In my opinion, and it's factual. It's from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Kool Herc, who is Jamaican, is considered the godfather of hip hop, and the concept of two turntables and a microphone is what they've been doing in Jamaica forever. And when Herc moved to the Bronx, he brought the culture with him, and the American culture, the American urban culture, made it their own. But the idea of having 2 turntables and a microphone with the DJ chanting, as they would call it.
Toasting.
That's Jamaican. That's, you know.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't that interesting how it started in an island, then it came to New York. New York only, in the Bronx specifically. And only reason why I got a hold of it, because I grew up in Mount Vernon, which is less than a stone's throw. Literally, if you take a step, you don't have to take a cab or anything to get to the Bronx. You could walk. And that's why I got it early. I have, you know, from the time I was 8, I was writing rhymes and listening to these African Bambaataa and a lot of these other cats. So, you know, Jamaicans are responsible for a lot in the world. So just take time with yourself. You hear me?
I didn't quite get that last bit.
I said I love everybody.
Okay. Brand new heat, kid, from the new album by Heavy D. Big day in the game. We are talking, the album is called Love Opus. Understand and overstand the meaning. This is brand new heat called Love in a Bottle.
Now, here's what it means.
So I'll just put the right music on.
What it is about a guy who was basically left at the altar.
Oh, no.
Fell in love.
Left at the altar?
With the wrong woman. Not that she was a bad woman, just, you ever seen, we've seen Casino, right? Everybody's seen Casino. Remember that scene where Sharon Stone told Robert De Niro, like, I'm no good for you. And he's like, so, I don't care.
Yes.
You could learn to love me, like that kind of thing.
And
so
then he put $1 million in the bank for her.
Yeah, that was just plumb dumb. But
super dumb.
Yeah.
And when she was getting out of the bank, he tried to stop it. It just didn't work.
Right. Too late.
Yeah, too late.
You messed up when you did it. Anyway.
She was no good, but that's what a
But she told him, she warned him. She wasn't selfish. She warned him.
Self-destructive behavior by Robert.
Yes, well, you know, sometimes love is the most powerful drug on the planet.
Exactly.
Love and fame. Anyway, this guy basically gets his heart broken and proudly falls in love with the bottle. Starts drinking heavy.
Okay.
And
oh, I see.
Right, love in the bottle. Not like you can unscrew it and then love pops out. It's he turned to having a couple drinks too many.
Oh, I thought it was something to do with when you put a ship in there and then you pull that little cord and the sails come up.
Okay,
I'm so sorry. All right, we are going in. Love in a Bottle, brand new heat from the new album from Heavy D. We are talking Love Opus. Oh man, it's good to have you back, Hev.
Feels good.
Been a minute.
My heart is broken.
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.